group, not only because I'm in it, but also because they do a lot of really amazing stuff connecting the young adult community to government. So thank you very much, Bryce, one more time. Thank you, guys. Before I introduce our next speaker, I just want to take a few minutes and go over some logistics with you. Got a couple logistical items to cover. After our next speaker, we have a surprise for you guys. The surprise rocks hard, they rock loud. It's going to be amazing. After that, we're going to have about a 10-minute break for you guys to get up and do whatever it is that you need to do. Go outside, reconnect with winter. That's going on right now. And then we're going to come back. Our second half is going to be amazing. First, thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. In the second half, we're going to have Marika, Shori Clark, and Graham Vasey. They're going to talk about Ohio City's Hingetown. Tom Welsh is going to be here. He's going to be talking about one of the best parties of the year, the summer solstice. I already have my tickets. Hope you guys have yours. Joe Whalen's here. He's going to talk about Club Whalen and the comedy scene. Clarissa Westmeyer is going to make us all starving with her amazing photos of commercial food photography. And last but definitely not least, we have Alex Sheen here, closing the presentations with his story of an international social movement that he's created. Very, very touching and amazing stories. So I'd like to introduce, actually, before I introduce this guy, I had a quick trivia question for you guys. You guys ready? What's part rock and roll circus, part game show, part citywide art project? Lottery League! Thank you guys. Next up, here to explain the details of this wonderful and unique idea that puts a whole new spin on musical collaborations is the Lottery League Council of Chiefs. We have Michael James Poltz and Jay Kristoff. Thank you. Come on out here.
Hello, House of Blues. Hello, hello. This is Jay Kristoff. He created the Lottery League. Together, we're kind of like Penn and Teller. I'm the one that talks, he's the one that's actually smart. And our magic is the Lottery League. The Lottery League is something that we created back in 2007. We were looking for a unique way, a special way to really bring together and collaborate with musicians in the city, not only amongst ourselves, but to have the musicians themselves collaborate. This guy, trying to find a good way to do so, came up with the idea of putting everybody into a hopper, almost literally, pulling them out of a hopper and forming all new bands, with the one caveat, the one rule being that all the members that are in their new band that we've just drafted them into, all of them will be in a band with people that they've never collaborated with before. Now, when we came up with this idea, we came up with all different ways that would eventually lead us to the golden hopper, that would eventually lead us to writing everybody's name on a ping pong ball and throwing them into the golden hopper, but we need to figure out a manner to make it work. And what we really decided upon was to obviously ensure that they all had a place to rehearse, to obviously then ensure that everybody really had a chance and were going into this project on equal footing. And we found that that equal footing only needed to be one thing, and that was that they had to have been in a band before. No matter what kind of music we were drawing from, and we draw from the entire music scene, from rock to polka to punk to classically trained violinists, to the entire thing, and the way that it works is they can all be randomly thrown into a group together. We found that they had to have that one element, that one thing to connect them, because aesthetically they're different. Aesthetically they come, even though they're musicians, they're different from one another. So what we found to have as that one uniform thing was that they were all in bands together, or had been in bands. And that was all that was necessary to allow the magic of the Lottery League to work. Now, when we created this in 2007, we've now done 3 seasons. We just concluded our 3rd season. As far as going from the draft into the big show, the 3rd season was at the Agora here this last. How many people were there? Oh, man. Beautiful people. I love my city. But we basically had no idea what was going to happen to this. We put a bunch of people together. We're like, well, this surely is going to fail in some way. This is not going to play. Like, there's going to be a few bands that just, I mean, you're involving people suck. It's inherent. something isn't going to work. And lo and behold, that magic that we spoke of, the Penn and Teller thing, actually played out. And what occurred is that everybody really uniformly came together, and every band that first year made it. All 33 bands that we brought together made it to the big show. The next time, 33 bands made it to the big show. In April at the Agora this last time, 42 bands. We've put together 110 bands with musicians that have never played together before at any point until the Lottery League. And really, what we found is, if you give them time to get over the fact that they all are nervous and they all have insecurities and they all have these things that separate us, and if you think about it, in your everyday life, how you form relationships with people, a lot of time comes down to aesthetic issues. It comes down to, well, I like this food, and I like these kinds of movies, and I like this kind of music, and we all sort of group together in a lot of ways just based on those simple aesthetic preferences. Well, musicians are no different. And if somebody likes rock, even though they could end up playing the same clubs in the same city, run in the same circles essentially, they still could not actually know some of the people that the Lottery League will introduce them to as being a band member with. We break down those walls, and this magic that we've created of having that happen on a stage that's Queen of Hell, they killed it. And we draw from so many different people that it's amazing what can happen with the potential of saying, okay, look, you normally play this kind of music, but you're a musician. And we're going to creatively put you into a situation and give you time to work together to figure out what happens when you mix polka with rock, with classically trained, with indie rock players. What can happen? The answer is truly a limitless potential. And what we're deciding to do now, we've already done it in LA in 2010. We're going to do it again in Los Angeles next year. And what we're really asking people now, and we're so thankful to Pachaka to have us here to present, is that we're asking people to really buy into this idea and help support us. We're going to launch a crowdfunding on Rocket Hub that you'll see out and about, where we really are going to bring this idea. There's music in the city, any scene, we want to have the Lottery League there, because what we've been able to experience here in Cleveland has been so special, has been so wonderful and unique. What they did in LA was exactly the same result. And we have found that music is it connects on an emotional level with people. And when musicians are put into a situation that challenges them in a way that they never thought possible, you end up with things like the Lottery League. And the Lottery League is wholly unique, and we want to take it to every city, every place, anywhere in the world where people are making music. The Lottery League can grow that scene because it's about collaboration. It's about bringing people together that do share something in common that may not work together otherwise, may not even know each other. And then you end up with things like you're about ready to see on the stage, Favorite Russian Spectaculars. You're about to see one of the bands that we put together for 2013, and they're a classic example of what the Lottery League's potential is really about. They come from a world of indie rock. Come on up, guys. Give it up. This is Favorite Russian Spectaculars. This lady here, her name is Kristoff. She does a very unique blend of avant-garde singing where she likes to refer to it as a one-woman chorus. This gentleman over here, his name is Rob. He comes from a world of heavy rock. This gentleman here, his name